beautiful people. It is Tuesday. We are here live on Twitch because we're getting ready to finish out the 2027 regular season. We have the game between Ohio State and Michigan, and then we're about to close out the season. So here we are. So here we are. We're about to finish out the 2027 regular season. We've got the game between Ohio State and Michigan. We also will have 2 more weeks in between this. So my plan tonight, I say plan because that could change. My plan tonight is to play the Ohio State game, and then probably play the conference championship. I say probably because it depends on how long it takes to get through the Ohio State game, and then how long it takes for us to get from here to the conference championship to find out if we're in the conference championship and then who we're going to face. So this may be a deal where we just play the Ohio State game and then tomorrow's stream will be the championship game, or we may do both. I'm just letting you know that now because, like I said, I don't know. Besides, if I end up having to play Ohio State twice, I think I will want a little bit of an emotional break before I go in there and have to, play Ohio State again with a Big Ten championship on the line. I'm just saying. All right, so it's number 5 versus number 6. We're ahead of Ohio State by 1 ranking. Again, ratings-wise, we're going to be, we're the underdog, but we've whipped Ohio State's ass every year for going on 2. We beat Ohio State 2 straight years in this, so I'm not completely worried. So we got game of the week. It's going to be Michigan. It's going to be Ohio State. This is our senior night. And, as always, because it is our senior night, I'm breaking out the full maize uniforms. And I'm going to let this be known that going forward, starting with the 2028 season, these maize uniforms will be worn on our very first home game and our very last in our senior night home games going forward. I want to show a little bit more love to these uniforms than just once a year. So, senior night, Michigan, Ohio State, the game, the big one.
This is a matchup we have been waiting for. 2 elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going.
All right. So we are getting ready to start. We're going to start with the ball. Nice, crisp 34 degrees here in Ann Arbor. No wind, just cold weather. the way football is meant to be played. So we have won this 6 years running, including last year, 38-33.
No, and if I remember right, it was the Michigan defense that really stepped up and prevailed and led them to a close victory the last time out. Let's see what's happened.
And we pick up 4 on the first carry.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down.
Throw catch by Marion Stowe. He dropped it. I thought he had it, but no catch.
Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down.
Gonna throw it out to the running back. He's gonna make the catch. Makes a move. He gets taken down at midfield.
This offense, big gain. The Wolverines will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion.
Yeah, I should have held on to that.
Giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. Now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Here's a throw underneath the tight end.
Nope.
And the defense
Got 4.
Not much of a gain on that completion. We come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Bringing pressure.
Ow!
He was in as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away.
Punt is away. It will be Farrakhan at the 15.
So Ohio State's offense takes the field. The first chance.
So Tim Carpenter is the quarterback.
Coming off a sensational performance, Kirk. He sounded very confident when we met with him this week. But let's see if he can.
Tim Carpenter is the quarterback for Ohio State. Let's get a little information on him. He is a sophomore from Daytona, Ohio. Dual threat, so he's going to be able to run. So we'll have our hands full, it looks like. So that should be interesting. All right, so let's see. What does the defense do with our first drive? They march down the field, put up a touchdown. Ohio State goes up 7-0 as Carpenter hit Brandon McCargo for an 8-yard score after hitting him for a 20-yard completion the play before. So, damn. All right, so we're down 7-0. We got our hands full. We're starting at the 34. We're going to have to do something good.
Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Here's a screen pass to the running back. That's the 45.
Nice little screen pass out to the 49, almost to the 50.
Solid game to spot the ball at the 49. First down.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards.
And Capana gets 8 on the carry.
You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. It's a shotgun.
Second down play. Capana runs into somebody, and we got nothing.
They run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Defense is coming after him.
Nice throw, nice catch. Stewart with the catch up to the 30.
Scoring position, first down from the 30. And the Wolverines look to keep this drive moving.
And there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a
Shelley with the catch. Gets the first down. Micah Capana injured on the play. Got an injury timeout. As Capana comes out.
The Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now.
Oh, nope.
With the wide out that time, incomplete. Early in this season,
Capana has an injured hand.
Realize there's a lot to play for, a lot at stake for their seasons, and they're just kind of settling into this game.
Well, just look at the atmosphere today. It's almost playoff-like out there. Both these teams understand what a win could do for them, and the intensity is jacked up out on the field.
And this one goes.
And another lineman down, Travis Lamar.
Well, a screen pass is all about timing. But this one just didn't come together at all. You couldn't get the blocking line. The timing was off. Everything seemed to be off. The defense.
Free score. Oh, he's short. Looking at 4th and 6. Looking at a 33-yard punt.
Here comes the field goal team.
And the kick is up. It is good. We didn't get the exact points we wanted, but we got something. So we're down 7-3.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee. The drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Ohio State offense comes back.
All right, Ohio State's offense will take the field. And we get a stop. We'll get the ball close to the 50 after Marion Stewart returned a punt, 11 yards. We shut down Tim Carpenter. And Ohio State's offense, we're looking at 1st and 10 from the 48. 2:16 to go in the quarter.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing.
Those at the pre-score, and he gets 8.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Pass caught, 2nd down now. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man.
Shelley with the catch. Oh, man.
Goes down, but the important thing, it's enough to move the sticks and a fresh set of downs.
If that throw had been a little in front of him, he'd been able to run with it.
See this very often from a slot receiver on this drag route, but a nice call here, nice little wrinkle. The quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him.
Nice throw.
And
catch up to the 27.
They make the stop, but the offense threatening down. First down to the 27.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route.
Shelley with the catch. Gets 8. We're up to the 19.
But that's a nice gain on that play. The Wolverines hustle to the line to crank up the tempo.
Mara gets the handoff. He gets the first down up to the 15. But Michigan on the move. We're getting closer.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball.
It's Shelley on the crossing route. He gets 8 up to the 7.
Moves him into scoring position. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's an
and touchdown, Michigan.
Touchdown, Michigan.
And Michigan takes the lead 9-7 with that touchdown from Micah Capana.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT.
Kick is up. It is good. We're ahead 10-7.
You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Stopping at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there.
All right, so we're going to take over. And they're going to score a touchdown. Take the lead back 14-10 as Tim Carpenter hit Phillip Bell for a 1-yard touchdown.
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field.
Well, we're back, 29-yard line.
Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession.
Oh,
Pass is incomplete.
that was
For many,
bad
this
throw
is
on my
the
part.
quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era will tell you
Ooh, no.
it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
And the Wolverines starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun.
Ooh, we got nothing.
Little, but stuffed for no gain. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete
Got 5.
package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented. It shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
It's Andrew Marsh. First down up to the 37. We're going to keep the play. We're going to keep the club ball moving.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find.
And he takes the screen, gets 8 on it.
Not surprised at all.
2nd and 2 from the 29.
2nd and short. There's the handoff.
And Capana got hammered hard.
That back just had no.
Somebody missed a block.
Credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
They come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive.
Throws it out there to Capana. He's going to get a move, get the first down, get to the 24.
The 24. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Looking to throw it on 1st down.
Hits Kamara, and he's going to get the first down to the 11.
They bring him down, but that play moves him into scoring position. 1st and 10 from the 11. And the long march continues. Offense pushing the ball down the field. And looking to throw now on 1st down.
Makes the catch. Only got 2, but he made the catch. That's the best.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He's got it. Looking for
And Stewart almost made it. He got dropped at the goal line.
1st and goal. The Wolverines will line up here.
1st and goal at the goal line. They're going for the pop pass to Shelley. He's going to make it in, and Michigan takes the lead. We're ahead 16-14 with an extra point to come. 3:18 left in the half.
And they'll set up for the PAT.
Brown,
puts them up 3.
extra point was good, and Wendell Gregory of Ohio State is injured on the play.
So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
And here comes the kick. It is up, it is away, and there will be a touchback. Ball will be at the 25. And Ohio State immediately comes out. First play out, throws an interception to Josiah Edmond. And we will have the ball at the 16-yard line with a chance to increase our lead. Ohio State's defense is going to be looking to make a change.
They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going?
Fuck it.
Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage.
That's fine. Give me a chance to start with the right play. And that wasn't going to happen. They read it perfectly.
Boy, just a great job here by this defense, sniffing out the screen. They were not fooled at all. He caught that ball. He had nowhere to go. And it's a loss.
Shelley with the catch off the blitz gets 9. We get it back up to third. We get it back up to 3rd and 10.
This good field position, but it's 3rd down and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down.
Going to throw it. Shelley's going to end up short. It's going to be 4th and 4. We're going to let it go down to the 2-minute warning and reevaluate our situation.
It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half.
All right, they want us to kick a field goal now. It's 4th and 4. It would be a 27-yard field goal. Because I got 3 timeouts, I'm going to set up a play, and then judging by what the defense looks like and what the field looks like, I'm going to decide, should I go for it or should I kick a field goal? I think I'm going to go for it.
From the shotgun, drops back, launching one to the end zone.
Oh, he dropped it.
The defense makes a
I should have threw it earlier.
I really thought that this was
Okay, so we unfortunately we give them the ball back. But they have the ball at the 10-yard line, so let's just see what happens. All right, we get a stop. We'll get the ball back at the 40. 1:21 left in the quarter. So we'll see what happens. We got the ball at the 40. We got 1:21. We got 2 timeouts. They've got 3.
Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40.
All right, hand it off. Capana got 3.
Run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here to the right.
Oh, no.
It's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here.
Get the completion. Prescore makes the catch. He's up to the 42.
1st down now from the 42.
All right, we're inside of 40 seconds.
Series here, 1st and 10.
They'll make the throw to Marsh. Marsh makes the catch. He gets the 1st down up to the 29.
That completion good for a 1st down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here.
Hit the tight end. Got the 1st down.
You make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a 1st down in the red zone. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Goes to his right side there.
Marsh makes the catch. We're going to go ahead and call a timeout with 3 seconds left. We've got good position for a 24-yard field goal. We're going to kick it, make it. It's good. We're ahead.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
20-14. Ohio State will get the ball to begin the 2nd half, regardless of what happens here. They will run it out, and he will get dropped at the 19. We will go into the half ahead 20-14.
Now has our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
All right, we're going to start the second half.
Let's throw it back to the guys to see
Kneel
how the fight
down.
between Michigan and Ohio State.
And let's see what their first drive for half number 2 is. They march down the field, get themselves a field goal, cut it to 2017 as Jackson Corville hit a 30-yard field goal. And Michigan is up 20-17, ball in their hand at the 25-yard line.
And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Out of the shotgun, will hand it off.
And Capana got 2.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So
Yeah, he dropped it. He had it, but he dropped it.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Finds an open target on the left
He's going to
side.
be short.
And he's brought down just
Gonna have
short
to
of
punt
the
it
mark
away.
on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down. The Wolverines
And we
their
punt the
team
ball.
on the field now. Looking to kick it away for the second time.
Oh, I saw no fair catch. But whatever. All right, let's see what Ohio State's response is. The response gets stopped. 4th and 1 from the Michigan 47, and they tried going for it. Interesting. So we're gonna get the ball. We're at the 47. Under 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
First down. Looking to throw the football.
Makes that.
Incomplete. Good
Nope.
defensive play.
You dropped it.
Second down.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Running back has it on the screen now.
Capana makes the catch. Gets up to the 37.
First and 10 from there.
Chris, it really looked to me like those linebackers in zone coverage had their eyes in the backfield looking at the quarterback. They lost the running back sneaking out on that angle route. And I thought the quarterback did a nice job of waiting, being patient, and then making a nice throw for first
Capana
down.
makes the run. Gets
Solid first down.
gets
gain.
9.
Just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Capana makes the run. He's free. He gets dropped at the 7. 1st and goal. In Michigan.
Offensive line. That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
The Wolverines moving quickly down the field here.
Kamara in on this play now. I guess they needed a change of pace. But Kamara takes the handoff. He's going to go dropped at the goal line.
At the 1. 2nd down and goal upcoming.
Capana back in the backfield. He's going to take it, get in,
Across the line.
and Michigan scores and increases their lead.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Extra point try coming now. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field.
All right, Ohio State's offense will be back on the field. And they respond. Well, they respond by having to give back the ball as he tried to throw a pass on third down. It got knocked away by one of our defenders through surges. And we will pick up the ball at the 7. We're up by 10. We're going to have to dig ourselves out of a pretty heavy hole. And we start with a good run as Underwood gets down after getting the first down to the 19.
Can't forget about his wheels, too. That's another first down for this offense, and they are feeling it.
They're going to run it.
Capana on the run. He's getting loose. Gets up to the 36.
Moves the ball up to the 36. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Quarterback keeps the football.
Underwood keeps this one. Gets the first down, close to midfield.
I mean, this guy's having a dream day. Already over 200 yards through the air. Now showing you what he can do with his feet. This guy's a complete package under center.
Moves out of the pocket.
Throws it out to the tight end. Free scoring, gets loose. Gets up to the 41.
Solid game that time.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
Throw, catch, got loose, got 9. Ramon Shelley, his 9th catch today.
With the lead, but instead they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
From the shotgun, handoff
Capana getting
right
stopped short.
Well, this offense has really been moving the ball at will on this drive. And a nice job here on this defense to finally come up and make a nice play for no gain.
Kamara ends up getting the run for the first down up to the 26.
And the Wolverines come to the line to set a fresh set of downs.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure it.
And Kamara on the run. He's getting close. He gets knocked down at the goal line. And Michigan is getting closer to making this, well, a 17-point lead.
The Wolverines line it up with 1st and goal. They'll run the option. They'll toss it to the back.
And that ain't going nowhere.
After the pitch, the defense reading that option very well. So off the loss, it's
they were angry.
Change of pace, now looking to throw the football.
And a touchdown, Michigan.
Touchdown, Wolverines.
I think that was Ramon Shelley. Or that might have been, no, that was a Marion Stewart. And Marion Stewart with the touchdown catch. And we're about to be up by 17 with this extra point.
Here's the point after attempt.
And the kick is up. It is good. We're ahead 34-17.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
And the kick is away. It is into the end zone, and we got a touchback.
Touchback, ball spotted at the 25.
So we're up 17. We got 5:16 left to go in the game. I'm going to let the defense, let's see what the defense can do. All right, we get another stop. We'll pick up the ball at the 32-yard line. I'm going to step away for just a second, and then when I come back, I'm going to be making some changes to the depth chart. Okay, we are back. We've got 4:32 left to go in the game. We're up 34-17. And like I said, I'm going to be making some changes to the depth chart just because it is senior night. So Ryan Brownie is going to come in and he's going to start at quarterback. Nick Swoop is going to be the starting tailback. Basically, I'm going to try and then Priest Corn. I'm going to move Grant Tourneen up. I'm trying to get as many seniors on the field as I can. Hamilton, we got oh, okay, so he must be starting at right guard. Yep, Hamilton starting at right guard. That would explain that. All right. Okay. All righty. Good. Good. All right, so pretty much most of everybody, yep. Okay. So Ryan Browning is in it starting quarterback. Nick Swoop is going to be in at the starting running back. And then we moved up one of the tight ends who was on the third string to the backup role.
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here.
Swoop with the carry. He gets 5 on the carry.
That's a great way to start this drive after taking over in really good field position, working with the lead. Chance here for a knockout punch.
Swoop with another carry. He got 4, 3rd and 1.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground.
He gets the first,
They convert on
up
third.
to the 20.
The 20 now, first down in the red zone.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big third down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer
Swoop.
to securing a victory.
And nothing. He still gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No more than that.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays.
Swoop.
They got nothing.
He got 2.
It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down.
Prescore makes the catch.
Pre-scoring.
4th and 3. We're going to go ahead and kick the field
5
goal.
yards, but brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit.
And the kick is up. It is
Sends
good.
right through the
And Michigan increases their lead.
and they add to their lead.
37-17.
It's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. With time running out, serious urgency.
All right, 2:06 to go in the game. And their answer, they get on the board, do an onside kick, but we recover it. Tim Carpenter hit Bode Piggin-Miller for a 5-yard score. They got the extra point. It's 37-24. Michigan is ahead.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep.
And
It's a 2-yard gain.
I got 2 yards.
And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Quarterback now all alone in the backfield. Second down, looking to throw it.
Badgett with the catch. He gets loose. He gets taken down at the 34. We got a first down.
First down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
I'm going to make them use their last timeout.
Here's the snap, looking to throw.
Oh, nope. Close, but no.
And now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result...
Swoop on the run, and he got 4. Forced them to use their final timeout.
Timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
We're going to go ahead and just kneel on it and just run out the clock, pick up the win.
That's the kind of matchup you hope for. This
37-24. Michigan wins.
They had to show how good they were to survive the upset here today.
And I really think that the coaches and the players, they love playing in these kind of games. You really are going to get tested. You find out what you're made out of. And these guys really met the challenge. I'm very, very impressed with the execution and how they played this game. And now they go to the next step.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So we pick up the win 37-24. It was close. It was 20-14 going into the half. The second half was our throwaway. The defense stepped up, We made plays when it needed to happen, and we got the win. Bryce Underwood goes 33 of 42, 291, 2 touchdowns. Ryan Brownie goes 3 of 4 for 22 yards. Micah Capana, 15 carries, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nick Swoop, 6 carries, 19 yards. Jamison Kamara, 4 carries, 31 yards. Underwood, 2 for 22. Ramon Shelley, 10 catches, 75 yards and a touchdown. Brady Prescorn, 8 for 61. Micah Capana, 6 for 64. Emarian Stewart, 5 for 43 with a touchdown. Andrew Marsh, 3 for 38. And for Ohio State, Tim Carpenter, 23 of 42, 265, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. For the rushing, Jamal Roberts, 14 carries, 58 yards. Receiving, Phillip Bell, 6 for 61 with a touchdown. Nate Roberts, 6 for 58 with it. Brendan McCargo, 6 for 96 with a touchdown. Bo Peg Miller, 3 for 32 with a touchdown. Ohio State falls to 10-2 on the year, 8-1 at Big Ten play. Michigan is now 11-1 overall, 8-1 in Big Ten play. I'm going to be intrigued to see what happens because we do have it's going to be interesting now. So the way it's sitting now, we still have to await Nebraska, whether they win or lose. If Nebraska wins and goes to 8-1, honestly, it's going to be an intriguing question. Because if Nebraska wins, which who are they playing? I forget. I think I can look it up. Yes, I can. They are playing Iowa, so they should win that game against Iowa. If they win that game against Iowa, they'll be 8-1 in conference play. It'll be a 3-way tie for first place in the conference. I don't know who's going to end up getting in, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's see who will be representing the Big Ten. All right, we'll move on to Week 14, and we lost 2 commitments. One decided to betray us to Ohio State. The other decided to go to Tennessee. We move into the top 4 with that victory over Ohio State. So at this current time, we would have a first round bye, and we would be playing a neutral site game. So we have the bye week coming up. I gotta know. So Nebraska did win. They're 8-1. We're all 8-1. I don't know what that means. We're all 8-1. Nebraska's 11-1. We're 11-1. Ohio State's 10-2. Nebraska's won 7 in a row. We've won 5 in a row. Ohio State has lost 1. I'm going to be intrigued. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a little upset if we miss the Big Ten. If we're out of the Big Ten championship and it's Nebraska, Ohio State. But then again, if I get to keep my bye in the top 4, I think I'm okay with it. So let's clean up the recruiting board. Let's get recruiting situated before we get get the bye. So Armand Munn committed to Tennessee. Trevor Tobin locked us out. He's looking at Clemson, Penn State, and Virginia Tech. Clemson looks like the clubhouse leader to sign. Trent Munn is looking at Ohio State, Clemson, and Florida State. Speaking of Ohio State, Kevin Wheat signed with Ohio State, you rat bastard. So, yep. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna, in that case, he's getting 50 points. Okay. Let's see. I'm assuming we need to sign somebody. Alright, we need 2 D tackles and 2 mics. Alright, we'll go ahead and sign. Okay, so let's go ahead and alright, so let's see. I don't think we have, no, we can't schedule a visit, so, alright, so at this point we're just sitting, yeah, at this point we're just sitting on points. I put 50 on him and I didn't think I put 50, I put 25, but okay, let's see. Alright, well, we've got, oh shit, we've got a decent amount of people who are not fully scouted. We should be. Alright, let's see if we can rectify that a little bit. Well, we did for the most part. Okay, so we got our bye week coming up. So let's see, top 25. Wow, okay. So we got a new top 25, and it reads as follows. LSU at number 1. They were the number 3 team. They beat Texas 44-41. SMU is at number 2. Notre Dame is at number 3. Damn! They put a beating on Stanford. 61-6. Damn! Michigan is now the number 4. Miami's at number 5. Nebraska's at 6. Texas Tech is at 7. Oregon is at number 8. South Carolina falls to number 9. They were the number 1 team. They lost 38-31 to Clemson. Ohio State is at number 10. They were number 6. At number 11 is Texas A&M. Number 12 is Clemson. Number 13 is USC. 14 is Indiana. North Carolina falls from 11 to 15 as they lost 35-29 to North Carolina State. Appalachian State is at number 16. Alabama is at 17. They fell from number 14, losing 31-27 to Auburn. Oklahoma loses 42-31 to Texas A&M. They fall from 13 to 18. Louisville falls from 12 to 19 with a 3-point loss to Kentucky, 24-21. Rice is at 20. Eastern Michigan is at 21. Washington falls from 16 to 22 with a 31-14 loss to Oregon. Pittsburgh is at 23, Memphis is at 24, and then Kansas State falls from 17 to 25 with a 3-point loss to West Virginia. Texas, Tulane, Duke, and UCLA are out of the rankings. Texas was 15, Tulane was 19, Duke was 20, UCLA was 22. Shit. So, with the new rankings will come a new bracket. That new bracket, top 4 teams, LSU, SMU, Notre Dame, and Michigan. The 5-12 matchup would be Miami hosting Memphis. The 6-11 would be Nebraska and Texas A&M. Talk about days of the Big 8. Damn. That'll make you feel old. 7-10 matchup of Texas Tech, Ohio State, and the 8-9 would be Oregon hosting South Carolina. At this point, Michigan would host the 5-12 matchup in the Rose Bowl. LSU would host the 8-9 matchup in the Sugar. The Fiesta Bowl would feature Notre Dame versus the winner of Nebraska A&M. And the Peach Bowl would feature SMU versus the winner of Texas Tech and Ohio State. Of course, Conference Championship Week is still to come. This could all change on a dime. So you never know. The Heisman Watch. Lenore Sellers is at the top of the list. Tristan McMillan. Tristan McMillan is second for SMU. Trey Owens is third. Dolan Raiola is fourth. And then Kadarian Young for Notre Dame is at the bottom of the list. I swear I've seen that name, but no, okay, maybe not. Every quarterback but a running back. Okay. All right, so we got the bye week coming up. We got Conference Championship Week. Honestly, I'm intrigued. Are we going to make the Big Ten Championship? Let's find out. Oh, before we get there, we're going to get a 4-star commitment from Mike linebacker Max Allen from Germantown, Tennessee. We get some players that locked us out, unfortunately, and a couple, and it looks like one that signed with somebody. Let's see. So we are in a recruiting battle for Evan Foster with Pittsburgh. Brock Davis locked us out. He's looking at Texas Tech, Louisville, and Indiana. J.C. Weschuva locked us out. He's narrowed it down. We were, never truly really in the running, apparently. Same thing with Chad Wiggins. He locked us out. Let's see. Kevin Lamb decided to commit to Tennessee. He chose Tennessee over West Virginia and Michigan. And then Geo Sims locked us out. It looks like he may be going to Florida. If not Miami, then he's going to Florida. But he's locked us out. So we're going to have some... looks like we got our answer. So we're out of the Big Ten Championship. It's going to be So let's clean up the recruiting board first before we get into that. All right, so we've got 19 players on. So we got 14 scholarships that have yet to be signed. We need a tackle and a D tackle. I'll go into the portal looking for one of those. I'm not. Yeah, I'll go into the portal. I'll go into the portal before I go looking for one of those. All right. All right, so everybody is fully scouted. We have all right, so we've got everybody accounted for. We've got 55 hours left of recruiting. Unfortunately, we are not going to be participating in Conference Championship Week. That so Conference Championship Week. FIU will face Kennesaw State for the Conference USA title. Utah State and Boise State for the MAC, Mountain West. Kansas State, Texas Tech for the Big 12. MAC championship would be between Eastern Michigan and Toledo. Appalachian State and Louisiana will be facing off for the Sun Belt. Memphis and Rice will be battling out for the American. South Carolina and LSU will be facing off for the SEC. Big Ten will be Ohio State and Nebraska. And Miami and North Carolina will face off for the SEC championship. So I thought I was going to get in. So we're going to finish up the season. And I thought I was going to get in. I thought I was going to end up playing for the Big Ten championship, and unfortunately, that's not the case. So we will get through the Big Ten championship. The top 25. The only change that I see at this point, there really hasn't been much of a change. Let's see. Well, let's see. There hasn't really been much of a change. No. No, this is still... Yep, this is still the same as it was last week. So we're good. Alright. So, let's take a look at the bracket before we get into the Conference Championship Week. The bracket still looks the same as it was. So, we're good. Alright. So, Conference Championship Week. Before I do that, we'll take a look at my staff. Both have 2 years left on their deal. I'm willing to keep them because, frankly, I think without them, I think I would be in trouble. So the staff will stay as is. let's get through conference championship week and let's see what let's see how everything settles out. So conference championship is in the review mirror. Unfortunately, we lost a prospect as Larry Hammer reached his top 3. It's going to be Oregon, Ole Miss, and Kansas State. So we got left on the outside looking in. But it happens, unfortunately. All right, so we got our final bye week. This week is all about. It's all about. No, that would have been the week before. I'm sorry, I was thinking of something else. So this will be the final. This will be the week. So we got the Heisman finalists. Alrighty. Let's look at the top 25. Actually, you know what? Let's look at the results for Conference Championship Week. So FIU beat Kennesaw State 35-10. They are the Conference USA champions. Boise State beat Utah State 41-5. They are the Mountain West. Texas Tech and Kansas State. Texas Tech won 17-14. They are your Big 12 champions. Toledo beats Eastern Michigan 27-7. They win the MAC. Appalachian State and Louisiana 35-34. App State gets the win. Rice loses to Memphis 28-26. Memphis wins the American Championship. SEC goes to South Carolina as they beat LSU 50-42. Whoo! I'm gonna look at that box score as soon as we're done. Nebraska beats Ohio State 48-42. And UNC, I'm just gonna call it. UNC pulls the upset 35-24 over Miami. So, all right, let's take a look. South Carolina beats LSU 50-42. Oh, wow. Whoo. They put up double-digit scores in 3 of the 4 quarters. They were up 28-21 going to the half. They rallied off 15 points in the final quarter to win it by 8. Damn. LSU's quarterback went for 388 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lenore Sellers finishes with 393, 4 touchdowns, 31-37. Damn. South Carolina's Evan Dickens run 17 carries, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gideon Davidson, 4 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown. For LSU, Harlem Berry, 17 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Trey Holly, 1 carry, 10 yards, and a touchdown. A receiving front for LSU, Kylan Billett, 6 for 123 with 3 touchdowns. Destin Hill, 7 for 108. Whew. Man, you would think that it's a lot of, between 2 receivers, that's 13 catches, 231 yards and 3 scores. That's a lot. South Carolina, Donovan Murph, 9 for 131. Lex Cyrus, 8 for 99 with a touchdown. Brian Rowe Jr. That name sounds familiar. 4 for 65 with a touchdown. Evan Dickens also had 5 catches, 43 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Holy shit. Damn. That's crazy. All right, Nebraska and Ohio State. Let's see. Ooh, Nebraska overcame Ohio State coming back. Damn. Nebraska was up 28-21 going into the half. That third quarter, basically compiling, what was it, 42 points by the time they got to the fourth quarter. That saved them. Oh, damn. Dylan Raiola finishes with 273 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 24-39. Tim Carpenter of Ohio State goes 24-36, 334 touchdowns, 1 pick. On the rushing side, Jamal Roberts has 19, 76, and 1 score. Carpenter 10 for 26. Sam Williams Dixon 3 for 19 with a touchdown for Nebraska. Quinn Ives 17, 123, and 2 scores. And then Brandon Tullis 2 for 67. Nebraska, Harvey Draper 9 for 111 with 2 scores. Isaiah Mosey 5 for 74 with a touchdown. Carter Nelson 4 for 35 with a touchdown. For Ohio State, Brandon McCargo 6 for 90 with a score. Bodepeg Miller 5 for 83 with a touchdown. And then Nate Roberts 3 for 22 with 2 scores. Shit. That was crazy. And then North Carolina beating Miami 35-24, overcoming. Oh, okay, that's what did it. Shit. They held Miami in check until the fourth quarter. They were up 28-10. Yeah, 28-10 going into the final quarter. Miami puts up 14. North Carolina adds 7. Ends up winning the game by 11 points. Whoo. Micah Alejandro goes 20 of 30, 234, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Shit. For North Carolina, Gio Lopez, he goes 18 of 23, 226, 2 scores. He led the team 12 rushes, 66 yards. Mackay Bolaford 17 for 52 with 2 scores. Dante Hawthorne 3 for 26 with a touchdown. For Miami, Chris Wheatley Humphrey 22 carries, 85 yards and a score. Micah Alejandro 7 for 15. Greg Burrell 1 rush, 1 yard, touchdown. On the receiving side, Nye Carr 11 for 149. Elijah Lofton 4 for 30 with a touchdown. For North Carolina, Alex Taylor 6 for 106. Javarius Green 5 for 82. And then Kylan Fox 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Shit. That'll do it. So that is the final outlook for Conference Championship Week. Shit. This is... Alright, let's take a look at that top 25 now. The new top 25 after Conference Championship week. It's now Notre Dame at number 1. SMU, Michigan, and Nebraska are the top 4. LSU falls from number 1 to number 5. South Carolina moves up from number 9 to number 6. I'm going to be completely honest. I think that is a crime. I think that if you beat someone that was higher ranked in the conference championship than you were, that you automatically deserve to be ranked over them. Just my opinion, but I feel that way. Let's see. Texas Tech at 7. Miami falls from 8 to 9. Oregon falls from Miami falls from 5 to 8. Oregon goes from 8 to 9. A&M moves up from number 11 to number 10. North Carolina moves up from 15 to 11. Clemson is at 12. USC is at 13. Ohio State drops from 10 to 14 with the loss. Indiana drops from 14 to 15. Appalachian State still stays at 16. Alabama's at 17. Oklahoma, Louisville, Washington, Rice drops a spot after the loss to Memphis. Memphis moves up from 24 to 22. Eastern Michigan drops 2 spots from 21 to 23 with the loss. Pittsburgh drops from 23 to 24, and FIU enters the rankings at number 25 after their win over Kennesaw State. So let's see, what does that CFP bracket look like? The CFP bracket: Notre Dame at 1, SMU, Michigan, and Nebraska 2, 3, and 4. The 5-12 would be LSU, Appalachian State. The 6-11 would be South Carolina, North Carolina. The 8-9 would be Miami, Oregon, and then the 7-10 would be Texas Tech and Texas A&M. Oh, wow. All right. Let's go ahead and get through week 16. We'll finalize everything, and then we'll wrap it up until tomorrow. We'll start the playoff run. So we get a commitment from Sam linebacker Evan Foster from Novi, Michigan. We also get a commitment from strong safety Khalil Skaggs from Hollywood, Florida, as well as cornerback Raheem Osborne from Detroit, Michigan. So we've got 3 commitments coming in. We've got guys that are close to signing their deals. We are still ranked number 3 in the land. So Lenore Sellers won the Heisman Trophy, 3,601 yards, 41 touchdowns, a 71 completion percentage. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and... So the bracket stays the same. So everything will stay. Top 25 stays the same. So this is the final bracket. We already went over the final bracket. This is it. This is the official bracket that will start this coming week. The Heisman Trophy winner, of course, is Lenore Sellers. 3,601 yards, 41 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 11 times. He finished with a 71% completion percentage, threw for 277 yards a game, He won the Heisman. Honestly, it wasn't, to me when I saw this. I figured it was gonna be between him and Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola, who finished his second, finished with 3,975 yards, 35 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a 66% completion percentage, his highest in 3 years. He averaged 305 yards a game. He did what needed to be done. And the award winners. Lenore Sellers wins the Maxwell and the Walter Camp. Mark Ryan wins the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year for Nebraska. Marcus Freeman finished last for it. Davey O'Brien goes to Lenore Sellers. Hayden Lowe wins the Chuck Bernick for Miami. He also wins the Bronco Nagurski. The Jim Thorpe goes to Caleb Harris of Ole Miss. He beat out Notre Dame's Creed Thomas. Kadarian Young won the Doak Walker. Micah Capana finished 12th on the voting. Fred Valentnikoff went to Amari Williams of Northern Illinois. Hayden Lowe won the Lombardi. He beat out teammate Armando Blount. Lenore Sellers won the Unitas Golden Arm, beating out Dylan Raiola and Dante Moore. The edge rusher of the year went to Hayden Moore. He went out. Hayden Lowe. He beat Armando Blount. He beat teammate Armando Blount. Outland Trophy goes to Tyson Ruffins of Texas. Yeah, I didn't think I had anybody on the list. James Flanagan of Notre Dame won the Mackey Award. Boreals goes to Shahi Wood of Texas Tech. Dick Buckus went to Owa Rusa of Alabama. The Remington goes to Tyson Ruffin of Texas. Jake Kuvuna of Michigan finished 6th. And then his backup, Caden Strayhorn, finished 12th. Lou Groza goes to Daniel Sabi of UAB. Ray Guy goes to David Barker of Boise State. The Jet Award goes to Taiki Heath of Virginia Tech. And the Sean Alexander Award goes to Spencer Davis of Notre Dame. Excuse me, they had a freshman quarterback starting? Alright, I'm curious. What the hell did he do? Oh, he threw for 3,121 yards, 31 touchdowns, 2 picks. He had a 71% completion percentage. Jesus Christ, he's only a freshman. The fuck? Wow. That is it for the awards. All-Americans. Let's see, Lenore Sellers. Let's see, did we get anybody on the list? First team, no. Second team, we got Blake Frazier at right tackle. And that was it. Freshmen, I don't think we had any freshmen play this year, so actually we did. Cordell Keaton got it for Sam linebacker, and that was it. All right, what about for the Big Ten? Did they get anybody? Big Ten, we got Jake Guvana, Blake Frazier, Nathaniel Boatining. That was first team. Second team, Ludwig Udipuki at right edge, and that was it. So we didn't really have very many players on the All-American list, which is a little surprising, but I take what I can get, I guess. All right, so okay, so we know what the bracket's going to look like. We know what we're looking at. Let me see if I need to clean up my board for early signing day. I do. Hammer needs to be taken off the list. And then I need to move. So we have 7 players signed. Oh, sorry, 8. Missed one. So we got 8 players signed out of 19. We need a tight end, we need a D tackle, and we need a mic. Let me see if I can do that. All right. Okay, D tackle. We're gonna have to go into the portal. I think we may have to do that with the mics too. No, we can get. I can get 2. So D tackles. All right. So I'm gonna. So we got our board straightened. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we have our recruiting board set for the off season. We will be going into the bye week as we will be waiting to see who our first opponent will be. Okay, before I wrap this up, let's take a look. So we have some job openings. We are in the running. We are in the running for the head coaching job at Georgia Tech. We're listed at number 2. Brent Key, who was the former Georgia Tech head coach, was fired. Houston's Willie Fritz was retired. We are being tabbed as the top man for that position. And same thing in Mizzou, as Butch Jones was fired from Mizzou. And then Texas's Lane Kiffin decided he wanted to go pro. We're in the running for that job, as is Texas Tech's Jesse. I think it's Jesse McGuire. Every job they have listed, they would consider to be a downgrade I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not a big fan. The only job that makes me kind of go, oh, makes me kind of think about it is Texas because it's Texas. Every other job kind of makes me kind of go, ooh. And Missouri kind of makes me go, ooh, I'm in the SEC. I don't know about that. Houston makes me go, Houston makes me think, oh, I'm in the Big Ten, but I'm in the state of Texas, but I'm in the Big Ten, but I'm looking at a Houston squad that is, and then Georgia Tech, it's, oh, I'm in the ACC, but I mean, I don't know. And I don't know. I would think about Texas seriously, but that's about it. All right, staff moves real quickly before we get out of here. Lane Kiffin decided, I'm going to the NFL. And Tony Elliott of South Carolina said, you know what? I'm going with you. Willie Fritz decided he wanted to retire. Brent Keys was fired by Georgia Tech. Trey Lamb was fired by Tulsa. Butch Jones is out at Mizzou. Ohio's Brian Smith is out. Chris Creighton is out at Utah. PJ Fleck's out at Minnesota. Robert Vincent's out at Kent State. Purdue is saying goodbye to Barry Odom. Jeff Levy is out at UTEP. Hawaii's Jonathan Smith is gone as well. Bowling Green's Eddie George is fired. Wake Forest's Jake Dickert is fired. Iowa's Mike Cloud is fired as well. And Tim Albin of Texas State is fired. Tim Lewis, the DC at Boston College, retired. David Braun of Iowa State has been fired. Vanderbilt's R.J. Fontaine has been fired. Charlotte's Ian Cook. Sam Houston's Phil Longo have all been fired. Utah's Jason Beck, the former OC, was fired. Iowa's OC Tim Lester, fired. Liberty's OC Willie Korn said, I'm going to the NFL. Iowa's DC Phil Parker, retired. Kent State's Darren Gardner was fired and then Stephen Gregory of Vandy and Tim Beck, also of Vandy, were fired. So the entire Vandy staff will have a turnover. Jesus Christ, man. And there's going to be a lot of teams turning a lot of shit over next year, and it's going to be bad. All right, so that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap this up. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to get through this first week of the bowl week, which is nothing, and then we will play our first playoff game, which will be, let me see, I got to remember. We will be playing in the Rose Bowl against the winner of South Carolina and North Carolina. That will be our first playoff game, and that will be, let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, that will either be tomorrow or Thursday. I'm saying tomorrow or Thursday because tomorrow being Wednesday, AEW Dynamite comes on at 7, and I don't like to. I don't miss it that much. So I'm just saying there's a good chance that if it doesn't, if the stream doesn't happen tomorrow, it's going to happen Thursday. So it'll either be Wednesday or Thursday. But I'm not sure when. I'm not exactly sure when. But it'll either be Wednesday or Thursday. But that'll be for the next stream, which will be for bowl weeks 1 and 2, which will be this week. That'll be the bye week, and then the Rose Bowl game between the winner of South Carolina and North Carolina. Until either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see you guys later. Y'all have a great night, and go Wolverines.